welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome to my channel. This is not how I wanted to start this video. I guess this past week has been very hard for all of us. I had a allergic reaction to Bactrim. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I will put it down below on the video so you can see. I had allergic reaction, and okay, so I guess I'll go from the reaction and what happened. Okay, so I think that was my third dose of it, and if you read online what it tells you, it takes 3 to 6 days to kick in or something like that, and for the allergic reactions to kick in. So I went to go take my third dose, took my third dose, sat on my bed, the edge of my bed for a few minutes, and I looked down at my feet, and there's like a red patch of bumps on my feet, and my feet are swelling. So I wasn't really freaked out. They started itching a little. Sat there for a little bit longer. I sat on my bed because I had got up to go to the bathroom. I came back, sat back down, and that's when it really hit me. It was in my throat. I couldn't breathe. My throat was closing up. So that's when I knew something was wrong, and we had to get to the hospital ASAP. We got to the hospital, obviously. The doctors got to me right away, made sure my airways were open and everything. They took my first blood pressure, which was 148 over 92 or something like that. But during this time, it felt like it took them a while. I don't know why. It feels like when you can't breathe, it's taking them forever to do something. I froze. I didn't know what to do. My chest was pounding. I was in so much pain. My heart was like pounding. It felt like it was going to explode in my chest. They did the EKG, they did a few ultrasounds. This is at the other hospital because I was admitted. I'll get into that in a few. But they gave me a CAT scan too to make sure I didn't have any kidney stones is what they said. Anyway, they put an IV in. They gave me Benadryl and some other things to stop me from the allergic reaction to keep going. Excuse me. The doctors and nurses were like, oh, this will make you sleepy. This will knock you out. Nothing was working. So they gave me morphine. And I just sat there like, is this ever going to kick in? It didn't do anything to me at all. So, and then by that time, I had an IV. They gave me an IV in my hand. I don't know if y'all can see that. They gave me an IV, and they were just, it felt like they were just pushing anything and everything in my IV. I'm not gonna lie, it just felt like they were pushing anything and everything in my IV because they didn't know what to do. So at this point, before the CAT scan, I had to get a second IV. I had to get one in here, and That one hurt more than the one in the hand. It was just rough. I have to say the first hospital I went to, definitely, I don't like it. I had my miscarriages there. It's just, they're not the friendliest hospital ever. They can't do anything surgical. They can't, I don't know why it's here. It's just a hospital for you to be in there and then to throw you out. But, I wound up being admitted, and I didn't know until the next day why I was admitted, because the doctor lied to me. He said that everything came back negative, everything was fine, and I got to the new hospital. It was Baptist South in Jacksonville, and the new doctor comes in basically telling me that he was worried about my EKG. He told me that he basically put it in a soft words as of, I was very close to having a heart attack at 21. He was scared, and I was there for observation. They kept me for 3 days. I checked in the 10th, and I didn't leave until the 13th of February. So, during this time, it was just crazy. They took, like I said, this hospital, the service was perfect. They were wonderful. Everything about them was wonderful. Well, I mean, besides them waking me up to take my blood pressure and, all that, but I can't complain about it. They're just doing what they're paid for. They did, like I said, they did an ultrasound of my heart. I got to see what my heart looks like. I did not get to see the ultrasound of the liver because it had to be facing towards a wall. There was the machine right here, a wall, there was a wall over here, there's a bed, and the way that she had me laying was against the bed towards the wall, so I couldn't see the ultrasound. They also did another CAT scan. They took blood from me almost every 3 hours to make sure everything was okay. I have to say the only thing that really sucked is my husband wasn't there. He had to be at work, so he basically missed everything because of Walmart. And I'm not saying that is a bad thing. I'm saying that Walmart really doesn't care about their employees. It's either you have to come to work or you're fired. So, and it really upset me that he could not be there for me. But my mom was there for me, so it was okay. I mean, I wasn't perfect, but I was okay. I think it was it was my first night staying at the new hospital. They gave me a new medication, something else. I completely forget what it's called. And I start having this allergic reaction again. But this time, it doesn't hit my throat. Excuse me again. It hits my feet, and it goes straight to my head. So I was very, very lightheaded. I could barely move my head, and I just remember telling Mom to call the nurse in here. It was bad. Like, they did not know what in the world was going on with my body. So the next day, there were so many doctors, I don't remember which one was which, so sorry, I can't remember all that. It's been a week since I was released from the hospital. This video, I just was not looking forward to this video. This video has been very hard for me. And to be honest, I've basically been just taking my time and repacing myself because it was the pressure on my heart. It felt like somebody was tugging my heart and squeezing it. If you've ever had that sensation, then you know what it feels like. It's uncomfortable and you cannot do anything to fix it. So they had me on a oxygen mask with it in my nose, and my daughter came up to visit. Hazel came to visit, and she almost didn't come to me because she was so scared. She almost started crying too. It was a hard time because so they did the heart ultrasound and they diagnosed me with a narrow aorta. So basically, I have to change my diet, I have to change my lifestyle, I have to change everything. I have to start exercising more. And all I keep thinking about less than a week ago was I was a healthy 21-year-old, 1-year adult. Like, it just shocks me how I lived with this my whole life. I'm 21 years old, and they now just realized this was there in my heart. So, for those who do not know what a narrow aorta is, it's basically one of, how do I put that? It's a vein. It's a vein in your heart, and it's narrow. Say this is the vein, and this is mine. I'm not getting half of the blood that I need to my body. I've read the things that I can do for it. I can be on medication for the rest of my life, or if it's bad enough and they think that they need to do surgery, then they're gonna have to do surgery. I don't know what else to do because it's just nothing to play with. The doctors told me that I can work out. I just have to take my time and build my pace again because I was in a bed for 3 days with oxygen. I finally feel back to normal-ish. My chest is still hurting, but there's nothing I can do for that. If my chest starts hurting really bad, I have to slow down. That's just what I have to do, and I'm just gonna have to learn with it until they can do whatever they can do to help me with this or fix the problem or what. I don't know. And I don't think it was bad enough for the surgery at the hospital, because if it was that bad and I needed surgery for it, they would have done it there. So there might be a way that I can get away with this, with medication. I also looked up the survival rates on this. I could live to 35, I could live to 45, I don't know. And like I said, I told John that it depends on how bad it is. It might not even be that bad, but you just never know. It's just scary, and it's been hard because, like I said, I went from being a normal 21-year-old to having my life flipped around in front of me. It's like I don't know anything anymore. I have to follow a new diet. I have to be more healthier. I have to be under 2,300 calories a day. I cannot go over. It's definitely taken a toll on me and John. And Hazel. Hazel, here's an update on Hazel, but I mean, it's not really anything. She's walking now. She's full on walking. She also has some teeth coming in down here. She's been a very big butt muncher lately. She's been nothing but attitude. I'm sorry for the long video. It's just I wanted to sit down and talk to y'all about what's been going on. I started filming in the hospital, and I wasn't sure if y'all could hear me or what, so I just made a full-on video for y'all. So also, I'm gonna do a Q&A soon. If y'all would like that video, comment down below and ask some questions that y'all want to know, and I will try my best to answer them. But everybody has been so supportive here lately. It's been a big shock. I felt it before, but I thought it was completely normal. I felt a tug, like someone tugging on you, like you would do your shirt. I felt that in my heart, and I thought it was normal. And I guess it's not. It's just everything's flipped upside down now. And yes, I am depressed, and I'm trying to get over it. I'm in a black hole. It's been a week since I got diagnosed. I didn't want to talk to anybody at first. All I did was cry. Because at first I thought I was going to die. And I think that with anything, if somebody gets diagnosed with cancer, they automatically think, how much time do I have? That's exactly what I thought. And it scares me because I have Hazel, and I don't know what John would do if I died. But on that note, I don't want to make this video any longer. I guess that's the end of this video. Like I said, if y'all want another video, or a Q&A, my bad, I'm sorry, I'm half asleep, don't ignore me, it's like 2 a.m. here. If y'all want another video, just comment down below, and I'll make a Q&A, just ask some questions or whatever, and I'll get to them. I want to thank all my new subscribers and the subscribers that I've had before. It's just I'm thankful for y'all. I truly am. It's like, I know I only have 30 people, subscribe to me, but it means a lot. It truly does. And I want to thank y'all so much. Alright, please like and subscribe. See you later. Bye.